All right, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom. This is the brother Arawam from the GMS Jamaica camp. And basically just want to do a continuation upon the series. It's been a while. The milk series, right? And this series is aimed mostly at younger brothers, just coming in. But as you know, a refresher is never is never out of season. As the Apostle Gabor always say, repetition is the father of skill, right? So just want to get into the next episode 10, and this has to do with the curses, right? And as I say, if you follow the series, then you should be up to par with what's taking place. But just I do a small revision, expounding on the curses and how it does quite a few things. One of the main things what the curses is prophecy, right? It was prophesied that we would go off, right? And also these curses are important, especially in regard to the doctrine, because through the spirit, right, and through faith, this is how we know who are the true Israelites today, and where them where them predominantly dwell, right? As you know, all these curses are a sign upon Israel, right? So just the opening precept as usual is Exodus 1, Salakia, verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already, right? And the curses, right? As we said, the scriptures is about the Hebrew Israelites, right? It is the history of Hebrew Israelites and how our God and the relationship between our God and the prophecies are the things that are our power, basically, which is the name of Yahweh and His Holy Begotten Son Yahweh Shai, the outcome of the whole prophecy, right? Now, there was a deal made with us, or basically there's a covenant or a promise that was made between Yahweh and the people Israel, right? The last lesson, which basically went into the blessings, right, and also the curses, right? So this is continuing on Exodus 1 verse 6. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them, right? So as you know, the Exodus story, we got delivered out of the hands of Pharaoh, right? And we were in the wilderness, right? We were in the wilderness, and in the wilderness, the Most High, Yahweh, gave Moses some laws, some judgments, and some statutes, right, to give to us, and also to establish what the covenant or the promise was, right? And this is Deuteronomy 1 verse 1. It says, "These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side of Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel, and Laban, and Hazeroth, and Dizab," right? So all the words in Deuteronomy, the discussion, if you will, right, was what Moses was explaining to the children of Israel. That, look, these are the words that Yahweh, our power, is saying unto thee, right? So jump into verse 15, right? Deuteronomy, sorry, chapter 28, verse 15. As we saw, we already go through the blessings. He stated unto them, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Right? So as we are about to get into some of the main curses, but that was the second part of the agreement. So say, look, blessing, cursing, right? Now this is Daniel 9 verse 11, it says, Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they may not observe, I'm sorry, Slakia, that they may not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. Right? So it said the oath that is written in the law of Moses, right? Which Deuteronomy is the fifth book in the whole them call it what Esau have a name for him, call it the Pentateuch, the first 5 books, right? But Deuteronomy is basically the second book of the law, right? So it's making reference back to Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. It said all the curses are poured upon us, right? So that just established that, look, we break the covenant, hence the punishment shall be administered, right? Now it says, curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall be thou be in the field, curse shall be thy basket and thy store, curse shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep. And we can see that with Jake right now, all these things are affect we, right? Whatever you put your hand to, it don't work out. Why? Because the curses, as we said, these are the main thing. These are the main things that we use to identify Israel. Now, verse 20 states, Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do until thou be destroyed. And we are destroyed as a people, right? We are this scripture tell about earning money to put in a box with holes, as you know, that is found in the book of Nahum, I think. Yeah, I think Nahum, right? And as you said, we just want to get this lesson short as possible, right? And brothers can basically search for these scriptures in their own time, right? But we'll get into the other things as well. Now, more as I said, I'll go through some of the curses. Verse 22 says, Yahweh shall smite thee with consumption, and with fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. The people have the most disease, right? The people are get shut down in the streets. With any people, they will basically just suffer, right? And it's evident who are the Israelites based upon this chapter, right? Now, I look for a key part, right? Verse 29, it says, And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Exactly. Who come? Martin Luther King come, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, hey, you name it. Or one heap them march, hands up, don't shoot. Hey, no care what. Even in the so-called music industry where Jake look like them are prosper in the entertainment industry, you can find out that look, most of them upon drugs, most of them have to do some lewd shit just to get the power and the fame, where it's still them still trying on, them still not happy, right? Verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof. Right? As you can see, even in a time of slavery, right? The so-called white man just take you and your family and do with them as him will. Right? Right there and then, it not even matter. Right? You build him house, you build him, look upon the kingdom. Who build this current society? Who build this current kingdom? It's built up off the backs of who? Jake. But Jake not prosper from it in no way, shape, or form. Right? And when we say bear in mind that the transatlantic slave trade was started with the Northern Kingdom, which is basically the northern tribes, which are the Hispanics and Native Americans, right? The transatlantic slave trade started with them, right? Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. There shall be no might in thine hand, right? Which is true. When back then in slavery, once them decide to sell your son or your daughter, you're not gonna talk over that. And even now in some aspect, Esau set it up a way where you cannot enjoy your children a certain way. You still have to send them to other places in order to make two ends meet, or some form of messed up situation, So even within that in itself, show that it still happened to a certain extent, right? Hey, check. Even simple school, right? You get locked up if you don't send your children to school and all them things. They wish you don't have no supervision over that. You don't have power over what them learn. Even with them behavior and them things, you really have no power over them things because whatever teachers say that to go, right? Whatever them learn at school, or whatever the society say supposed to be is acceptable. That is what is acceptable, right? So you really and truly don't have the power or might even when it comes on to your children, even up to now, not just in slavery. But as I say, you can read the full chapter, right? Verse 37, thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee, Slakia, right? And it is true. Everybody look down for our people. Everybody have something to say about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All them are drunkards, them are the niggers, spicks, wetbacks, drug dealers, whores, all these things. We destroyed as a people, right? Everybody's past, we clap the hand and skin up them, if you turn up them nose, turn the head. We're like, what to them people here, right? Thou shalt 38, thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locusts shall consume it. And even when it go work, right? You put in so much in a working that when it get to pay, everything just gone, right? Still haven't found the point as yet that I'm looking for, right? Slakia. Verse 43 says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. And that, me living in a third world country, right? Dwelling in the land of Jamaica, right? Where the tribe of Benjamin predominantly dwell, right? All of these big banks come and lend to us. IMF, the World Bank, you name all type of investors and things are coming, and them just a kill with loan. Even most recently, the Chinese them come just be a loan and give them contract for sign where they can't even read and all them things. And the country in a whole heap of debt. But guess what? You never hear say China come to Jamaica for them lend them anything, or none of these world banks. And most of these banks are governed by who? Esau, the so-called white man, right? They have the Chinese, the Syrian, the East Indians, right? And all these other nations, the so-called white man with the hotel industry or whatever, them coming in our country, they benefit off of the music, the so-called reggae music, the dancehall music. It is not controlled by Jamaicans, right? The so-called tourism, right? Them reap all the benefits. Them come, them set up shop, them not even pay tax. One family come in and do them 5 years and call in the next set of family and move out, right? And then when the 5 years up, then come back and then just recycle it, and then just make money off a Jake, just like that, right? Carrying them own workers and all them things called what? Them don't want to pay Jake. So them basically them come at them claim say Jamaica our country, right? But when the strangers them come in, them live better than the people that actually supposedly own the country are the so-called natives of the country, right? Which goes to show that look, we are still in captivity. Which goes to show that look, this is not our place, this is not our land. We're just corporate slaves, or as I said, civil servants, polite slaves in this day and age, right? Just a small precept. This is the book of Baruch, 3 verse 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which have departed from Yahweh our power." Right? So that is it. Where we have all type of bills: light bill, rent, water bill, all type of land tax, this tax, that tax, credit card bill, loans, interest rates. Usually, hey, just think about it, yo. Jake Finance is all out of whack. We barely make ends meet, and we have to pay for everything. And especially with this mark of the beast coming in, right? The RFID chip, right? With the RFID technology, where everything is linked to the internet and everything is connected to a server, where you can't sidestep anybody we're supposed to pay, whether I want to be the government or a business place or a loan or the banks, or hey, because Jake can do some little slick thing in a sense and a slide on where even that them have back tax and all them things. But you know, being Jake, I find somewhere around this system, I slip and try and slide through some little loophole when we're there. But the time I come where, hey, especially when this RFID chip get implemented and the digital, the cashless society get more prominent and well set, there's no jumping through no hoops, yo. Going literally have to pay for every single thing. Hey, I trying to have them social points and all of that, but hey, that's another lesson for another time. The fact is, hey, we're subject to payments in everything what we do, and there's no way around it. No way at all around it, yo. Going back to the precept, it says, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and take thee. Thou shalt be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee this day." So all the laws, the Levitical laws, all of the laws, then basically where Moses give to the people, right? We basically go against them, we commit idolatry and all them things, and we basically get jacked up. It says, "And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder upon thy seed forever." That is the point, verse 46. This is how, as we said, through the Spirit, we know who Jake is, right? Through faith in these scriptures, we see that, look, we are the children of Israel, right? Because what? Hey, not even reach here yet, but just yeah. So it's a sign, right? It's a sign and a wonder, yo. Everybody, hey, as you know, people being ignorant, they always say, "Oh, why make black man always in so much problem? Why make black man always get a fight?" It's not about black, yo. It's about the Israelites. Why is it that Israel in so much straits? Because what was sin against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? It says, "Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee." Right? Going back to slavery, hey, iron upon you can't rest. Right? And even now, it's like there's a spiritual iron upon your neck, because hey, you have to work them long ass hours, hey, 2-3 jobs, minimum sleep. As we say, you still pay one bag of bills or rent or something, you don't know where the money I go, right? Can barely find food, can barely, buy clothes and all them things. It's just basically the bare minimum, right? And guess what? We are serving them in our land. We are serving them in a hunger and thirst and in one of our things. It says, verse 49, "Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand." And guess what? This is Esau, yo. and it is also symbolic to show that look, it's in regards to America, because what is America symbol, right? The symbol of the eagle, which is what the revised Roman Empire all over again, which as I say, most of the tribes dwell predominantly over here in the west, right? Because the northern kingdom came over here first, right? And the southern kingdom basically got brought over here from the west coast after fleeing Jerusalem in 70 AD, basically fled into Africa, right? In the Mali and Ghana. From a book From Babylon to Timbuktu tell you that after the persecution, the slave markets were filled with black Jewish slaves, right? So we fled to the west coast of Africa, and when the so-called white man come over here and oppress the northern kingdom, and when them realize, say, oh, them almost get them extinct, and say, look, we need to get some from over here, so them carry over people over here to the transatlantic slave trade, right? Now going down to verse 63, right? It says, it shall come to pass that as Yahweh rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess. Hence we being dispersed from the land, right? In Jeremiah it tells you that we shall discontinue from our heritage, right? Which basically we get kicked out of the land, right? We lose our language, we lose our history, we lose our culture, right? We lose our power, and now we basically, hey, we come down to naught. Hey, if I never feel the Lord Yahweh sending Yahweh Shai, would have all be done, yo? Like would have literally get destroyed all together, because him set the perfect waster, the waster, the one who blessed with the sword, that how we put over you, the waster. And believe me, he's a perfect waster. Hey, if I never for Yahweh, yo, scripture say, yo, if I never for the elect's sake and the days be shortened, no flesh would have been saved. So these are the curses that get poured upon our people. Verse 64, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And hey, we scattered among all people. If you check the disbursement of the transatlantic slave trade, you see that we scattered in all, and like say we just come under like Africa, Europe, Caribbean, Africa. No, the slaves them go through different places. Even in Africa, them get traded to certain places, right? Our people, right? So hey, even before that, hey, we go through so much captivity over time, right? We've been through the Babylonian captivity, the Medes and Persia captivity, the Greek captivity, right? The Romans were over us at one point, and then also, as we said earlier, when the Romans them come up against Jerusalem in 70 AD, that our next scattering again, right? And then like say, when the northern kingdom come over here, and literally every one of them leave they leave and come over here. So throughout that time period, Israel get scattered and left in them parts, in them land, right? If you read the book of Acts, it tell you about the Gentiles and the different regions where them come from. I think that was what, Acts 3 or Acts 5, somewhere around there, right? Tell you them come from Medes and the Syri and all the different lands, right? So we basically get scattered in all these nations, and we basically take on the heathen gods, the heathen custom, the heathen language, the heathen culture. Even sometimes you look at RT, them show you how we're not the, like for example the last one we see with India, where them show which part our people get scattered in India, and they even have a little community, right? And even though them you can still say, oh yeah, them are Jake, you can even still see some of the mixture of
the so-called Elam people or the East Indian mixing of them same way, little hints here and there, right? So this happens to people perfectly, yo. We don't in the land anymore, and we are serving all type. We people are turning to Selassie, the black woman, money, Esau, anything, yo, Mecca, all type of Serpus Christus, also known as Jesus Christ, right? Verse 65, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and fall and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. That's how people always, the people that's in the rut, yo, they upon drugs or drink and this all them out. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and at evening thou shalt say, would God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Hey, right now, maybe I say, oh shit, we can't believe so I have work morning, or I have work tomorrow. And sometimes when we reach out, I say, oh god damn it, the day just can't done, the hours just can't roll off. Right? And hey, sometimes you're dead for even the weekend come, or you're dead for your day off come way. And even upon your day off, you still no rest, because you still have 1,000,001 things to do. And who that sound like, yo? That's our people. Even the one them will look like the other nation, when they go and see how them live in a certain community compared to the majority of the heathen, you can definitely identify, say, look, them are Jake. Right? At verse 68, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, which the word Egypt come from the Hebrew word Matazarium, which basically mean double straits, right? And also a title was given to Egypt, if you read the scriptures, it's known as what? The house of bondage. So anyway, that they serve bondage can also be known as Egypt, because being bondage meaning you're in a complete straits. You're in your land, you're in a captivity. You're basically in a trouble all the way around. Now it says, the Lord shall send thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And when, as I can say, yo, the last Egypt will walk out at, yo, we could have easy walk, right? But the Egypt we're talking about is over here in America, which is spiritually known as what? Egypt and Sodom. Because it's a way we serve a captivity the second time, and this is where also the all of the lewdness and things of and the ways of Egypt and Sodom is being basically executed or implemented. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And there you can see it, right? We say for what? Slave man and slave one. When they say as a slave, in order for you to be freed, someone have to buy your freedom. As you say, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all them Marcus Garvey and them Selassie and also them so-called great leaders, yeah, them come, them dead, them gone, and even now, nothing still not change. We're still in the same predicament. And there's only one way we can get out, yo, is by waiting upon Yahweh Shai in all sincerity and truth, calling to the Most High and repenting sincerely that him send Yahweh Shai when Yahweh Shai come. We basically get delivered and get brought back to the land, which basically the next lesson, Lord willing, is going to be upon salvation and also a touch of Gentiles, right? I'm not really sure how I have a plan about that yet, but yeah, there might be 2 lessons or it might be 1. Lord, based upon the Spirit, we know how that go, right? This is Joel 3, verse 3 says, and they have cast lots for my people. This happened back then, and it happened again, right? It happened back then, and it happened in the time of slavery. They have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink, right? O yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, Swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried them into your temples, my goodly pleasant things. Right? And when you check it, Tyre and Zidane basically Ham, and Ham are the one who actually sell we to Esau, right? When when basically come up against when we go take refuge in the west coast of Africa, right? Shall show that Esau is our enemy, as the previous scripture say, oh, he shall be sold unto your enemy, right? It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have he sold unto the Grecians, that he may remove them far from their border, right? And yeah, in at the time of the Greeks, them come up. If I read the book of Maccabees, this happened, right? Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither he have sold them, and will turn your recompense upon your own head, right? And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, that they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off. Yahweh had spoken it. We should go back to what will happen even after we get saved, because even when I read this, after we conquer back, we actually have the people under tributary to us as well. Basically, I just read the book of Maccabees and you can find them accounts, right? So hey, the curse is there to identify you. And this is the thing, because we're in this predicament, this is the reason why we need to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so that we can get the hell out of this place, right? Because we need to get out of this type of living, right? We need to be back one with power, which, as we say, oh Lord willing, get to do it soon. The next lesson would be upon what? Salvation. So that, like I say, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.